Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakodash, and the honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, that tells his truth, and much respect to the Yakim out the labor in his work, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom. If your prophet, your teacher, or your leader does not have foresight or vision or divine revelations from Yahweh Ba'ashim Shah to warn you of the upcoming said dangers that are bound to take place according to the scriptures, then ultimately you who follow them will be led into a path of error, ultimately leading to you being destroyed because you did not have the proper knowledge and understanding and wisdom to be able to know right from wrong. And we at Great Millstone, starting from our apostles on down, have been made assured these things that were coming. False the Almighty chip, the mark of the beast, and which these devils are cooking up a plan to snare you jakes, you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Israelites, into serving him as his slave. All right, and so we see that scenario building up right now. And this article right here from Blacklisted News is showing you what's coming down the pipe. So this is a quote from a guy, and I would say that he's a Jake. I don't know for sure, but I would say that he's a Jake. So it says, the government is trying to kill us now. Low-income Americans fume in mile-long food lines after pandemic benefits end. So you see where this thing is headed, man. If you have eyes to see. Low-income Americans, which ultimately represent you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Israelites, fume in mile-long food lines. What does fume mean? All right? Gas, smoke, or vapor that smells strongly. All right? Feel or show or express great anger. All right? A time of perplexity, man. So yeah, again, mile-long food lines after pandemic benefits end. It says, over the past year, 18 U.S. states have officially ended pandemic-era states of emergency, including the C-19 food benefit, while a December mandate from Congress would end aid in March for the other 32 states, along with the District of Columbia, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. So right now we're seeing the vintage failing as you get in the scriptures. The Lord's going to take away from your Israelites to stay in a whole staff of bread. Your stability of food is going to be straitened in these times, causing you to fume at the mouth to look for answers. A lot of you who don't have faith, all right, talking about you Israelites, the ones that know that you're Israel, are going to flock to these food stations where they're going to have a chip set up to where you're going to have to take that thing in order for you to eat. So it says the collective return to pandemic policies includes enhanced unemployment benefits and child tax credits, as well as a rollback adjustment to Medicaid that boosted enrollment. Wall Street ends year with biggest annual drop since 2008. So it says now people are waiting up to 9 hours in mile-long lines for free food. You see this, man? 9 hours for free food. Some of whom say they can only afford to eat once per day, while others say they limit expensive food items such as meat for specific family members, such as growing teenage boys. I thought, wow, this dude said, the government is trying to kill us now, said 63-year-old Danny Blair of Kentucky. Blair, who lives in a mobile home with his wife, survives on his Social Security disability check. He says they are going to starve us out, Blair continued, apparently unaware that the government assistance provided during the pandemic wasn't permanent. All right, so yeah, that is big time. That you had the SNAP benefits being taken away. So this is Yahweh Ba'ashim Shah at work. All right, and he's using Esau to bring in the chaos, man, the calamities, the famine, the lack of bread, the lack of water. who's going to have you Israelites scrambling because you don't have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, was going to lead into you taking that Karagma. So let's get Ezekiel 4 and verse 16, because this is rationing that we're reading about, and this is going to be across all 50 states. Ezekiel 4:16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem. Man. He's going to break the stability of food for you Israelites, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, because it's going to be so minuscule. You're going to be in line for 9 hours and above waiting for a piece of bread. It's not even going to fulfill you, man. It says, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Like, damn, this is all we get? Shit. Stomach touching your back. You done lost 40 pounds. It says that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. So this is for the ones who heard this truth. All right, these Israelites who heard this truth but did not take it serious. In that day, you're going to be crying for relief, man. But you're not going to have it. As the Lord has sent out his prophets to warn you to return, to take up the covenant of Yahweh Shema Shai, so that you may be fed and protected in these times. But you took on the covenant of Esau. So this is going to be the result of you doing that. All right. I want to read this in the NLT, and then we'll go to Isaiah 30. Ezekiel 4:16 NLT. Then he told me, Son of man, I will make food very scarce in Jerusalem, very scarce. It will be weighed out and with great care and eaten fearfully. The water will be rationed out drop by drop, and the people will drink it with dismay. Lacking food and water, people will look at one another in terror, and they will waste away under the punishment, man, pursuant to Lamentation 4:9. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Lamentation 4:9. All right. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So it's better to die by taking a bullet shot in the brain, or you dying a quick death by a sword or any kind of, instrument. That's better than you being slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field. All right, so you're going to pine away in your iniquity because you did not want to submit unto Yahweh Shema Shai. There's going to be a lot of time to think during that time of distress. That's why the scripture speaks about, the ones that denied this message, they're going to dwell in torments, pursuant to 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter. All right. So let's go to Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30, in verse 1, it says, Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, that take counsel, but not of me. All right, and you take counsel, all right, within the confines of Esau's beast system. You seek comfort and answers through what Esau has laid out, rather than seeking the prophets. It says, in that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit. So you have put on the spirit of Esau by joining yourself into this beast system. All right. It's not going to benefit you in that time. It says again, that take covering, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt. All right. To pretty much degrade and go down into Egypt, which is America, and have not asked at my mouth, which are the prophets, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So you're going to go down to these, these different places that have food set up, all right, to strengthen yourself, because you're going to be starving in that day rather than dependent on Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so you're going to strengthen yourself in Pharaoh, which is Esau today, and trust in the shadow of Egypt, which is America. Therefore, the strength of Pharaoh should be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion, man. All right? Because ultimately, when you trust in this system, when times get hard, okay, this is what's going to happen. Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff, or the stability of this broken reed on Egypt, which is America, We're wrong if a man if you lean on this system, man, it will go into his hand. What's going to go into your hand? This chip. Once you run these lines, all right, you haven't eaten in a few days, you're losing weight, your family's hungry, all right, you're in complete perplexity, you're distressed, you're hurting, you stink. You're going to say, let me get that chip. Just let me get that chip, man. I need that relief right now. And you're going to take it. That's why it says we'll go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him, man. So the trust in this system leads to you being snared by Esau, which is going to lead to you being killed, destroyed, tormented, in fire and brimstone. Pursuant to Revelation 14:9. And a lot of you Israelites who are pretty much scoffing about the mark of the beast, all right, you got IUIC currently who are scoffing and mocking. They fail to come out and admit it. I mean, even they're talking about the CBDCs, this digital system that's been set up, and they still won't admit, to what that is or what it's leading to. So that congregation, all right, is going to follow that man unto destruction because they're not privy of the dangers of taking that Quran. They have not been built up with faith, man. So what else we got up in here? Yep, you got food prices rising up 11.4% nationwide. Yeah, it's gonna get bad, man. It's gonna get bad. So yeah. It says right here at the top, other states are preparing for the same. We are embracing, and our agencies, member food banks, food pantries, and soup kitchens are not preparing for what is about to hit them, said Ohio Association of Food Banks Executive Director Lisa. She says, this reduction in the end of the public health emergency could not be coming at a worse time, man. All right, and evil and only evil behold is come. All right, so these are the times in which you're supposed to be gearing up and being prepared to take loss in these times, while at the same time expecting miracles. As our Lord said, his servants will eat. Okay? So faith is going to be the stability, of your times. All right? 2 Corinthians 14:14, let go from the immortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of men. All right? And put off now the weak nature. Put off the cast life. All right? Because ultimately bad times are coming, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Okay? And you do that by subscribing to the testimony of our Lord Yahushua. Okay? Which elevates you into the heavens. Now you think among heavenly things. You're not pretty much dwelling on what can happen on earth. All right? But you're dependent on Yahweh Shema Shah. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Okay? So it's going to be the worst time in human history. And this is just the beginning of sorrows, as our Lord said. And we're seeing these things happen right before our eyes. We still got Israelites out there playing. So it's going to bite you in the ass soon. The ones that rebel is going to bite you in the ass, man. So with that, hey, Lord willing, you were edified. Until next time, I say, Shalom.